Don't treat him like a side piece. Come in this true plan and treat you like a side piece. He's the God of mercy and wrath. So do you want to fly or do you keep the Bible on cop? The Most High is my rock. TK. Rock. The Most High is my rock. The Most High is my rock. My rock. The Most High is my rock. In the name of Messiah, the Most High is my rock. The Most High is my rock. My rock. The Most High is my rock. Yeah. The Most High is my rock. I keep my Bible on cop. The Most High is my rock. No time for cupcake and the cutling. Hit the streets and start cutting. The Israelites are bubbling. The Israelites are coming. I don't celebrate Thanksgiving. You can keep the stuff.
Okay, shalom, brothers and sisters.
Shalom.
Welcome to another class with the Israelite School of Biblical History and Practical Knowledge. We're going to do that thing and get this class rolling. If anybody has any questions, we're going to get the questions done, shoot them out, and get into this topic. I've been holding this topic. It's actually comes from a question a sister had. So I want to get this class out. Hopefully, I mean, if y'all got questions, we'll go over that also. So for you brothers and sisters that don't know who we are, we're the Israelite School of Biblical History, Practical Knowledge. We're located at 8524 South Braeswood in Houston, Texas. We are just got out here in Granby about 5 months now. We're at 2610 Granby, Norfolk, Virginia 23517. We have live classes. You can come in. You can join us Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. All right. We have classes in San Antonio. We got some things going down in Albuquerque, bubbling. Trying to get that rolling. And that's where we're having class. All right. Important announcement. We are having a High Holy Day coming up. All right. On December 19th, and that's Hanukkah or Feast of Lights. That's coming up on December 19th. Okay, so y'all look out for that. The 19th to the 26th, we won't be live. All right, on either channel. Once again, we haven't been saying this. Please check out Mashaba's Blog Talk Radio. blogtalkradio.com/MASHAHBA, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9:30 a.m. and they're recorded, so they're on there. So if y'all want to go back, check out these different classes, you can. If y'all want to get garments, fringes, or anything, you can check us out on Everything Israel Wear. Also, if you wanna help support by if you don't want to give any alms or nothing like that, you could go get stuff from our website. You can check that out. What else we got? That's it. Oh, remember, the days we don't have classes here in Virginia, we have them on our other channel, Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. So tomorrow morning we're going to have Sabbath morning class. Once again, I already know a lot of you brothers and sisters know this, but if y'all been paying attention, we be getting new people here and there through the from Facebook, from out here. So there's been a few new people popping in on the channel. All right, so just want to let y'all know we are on our other channel. Doing it. We got a lot of classes, a lot of topics. All right. So we'll start out with questions. And if nobody got any, we'll go into this class. Let's see here. Johnny, did you have anything, John? No? All right. So, let me get this link sent out. All right. Okay. So, if anybody got any question. Let's get him. Let's get him in. And then this is a good topic though. Obviously, the class is going to go into forgiving. This is one of those topics that we can't stop talking about, because dealing with Israelites, dealing with congregating, dealing with brothers and sisters, it's always friction that comes up. It's always some drama that's going to be involved. And so this is why this is a good topic. Do we got anything yet?
Yeah.
What we got?
Shalom. Question, can you please give the definition to the word contemnath?
You say what?
That we can be found in Ecclesiasticus 26 and 24.
26, 24, let's see. Ecclesiasticus 20. Wow. Ecclesiasticus 26, 24. Twenty-six, 24. Oh, contempt. Right, contempt. Right. So somebody, Johnny, do me a favor, give me that, read that. Ecclesiasticus 26 and 24. T-E-M-N-E-T. Contempt. Right. Well, this goes with contempt, but go ahead and read that.
Ecclesiasticus 26:24.
Go ahead.
A dishonest woman contemneth.
Okay, you got to read a little bit louder, or give him the mic. You want to do the mic?
Yeah, we do.
Okay. Go ahead.
Ecclesiasticus 26:24. A dishonest woman contemneth shame.
Right, contemneth shame. So a dishonest woman, a woman that's obviously a liar, contemn. So to treat with contempt, scorn. So this what a dishonest woman does. Open dislike, which is scorn, is open dislike and disrespect. So this is a good scripture. Exactly now. You know how they use the word you're slut shaming? Well, it's saying here a dishonest woman is going to act that way, right? She's going to or have open dislike and disrespect or mock that shame. So she's gonna that's what a lot of women do now. When you talk about because let's think about this, and I was actually thinking about this from the class we did. I was thinking about that shame is like back in the days there's a shame with you walking with your ass out, your butt out, your breasts out. There's a shame with you you should feel when you go into the presence of a man and your nipples are showing and he has to hard focus on your face because your nipples can be seen through the and there's nothing else. I mean, what else are you gonna do? Being a human, not a man or a woman. I mean, I'm sure you being at the kiosk now, you're over there and you're like, you as a woman, you're still looking like, okay, your nipples are being seen like,
You don't see it.
yeah. But there was a time when having shame was, was respected, like covering up. It was honored. But now they look at that shame, these dishonest women, men, wicked world. They show when it comes to shame, they mock that, right? They disrespect that. So that's what it's saying here. A dishonest woman contemneth shame. Go ahead.
But an honest woman will reverence her husband.
Right. But an honest woman will reverence her husband. So, your husband is showing you why to be shameful. But this dishonest woman, she becomes haughty, proud, stubborn, to where now when he's showing you you're wrong, you're going to mock that. I guess I'm just always going to be wicked. I'm always going to be wrong. There ain't no shame instead of saying, you know what? You're right. I'm off. That's a wicked thought process. That's a wicked mind state. Let me not think like that. Right? You're going to mock it. And that's when it goes into scorn, or which goes into contempt. Right? Or it can go into contemned. Okay? It goes into scorn. Also contempt. So this is what it's saying. And then it goes down. That's why it says in the next verse, read 25.
A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog.
Right, because, look at a dog. When a dog licks his ass and licks his nuts, does he got any shame about it? When a dog vomits and then eats the vomit, is he like worried about what you think about him? No. So this is what it's saying about that a shameless woman. Go ahead.
But she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord.
Right, because in the back of her mind, and this is a topic that every man that's a Hebrew Israelite man is always trying to instill in his wife. In the back of her mind, she's supposed to have some shame to say, damn, he's telling me I'm being like this. He's telling me I'm acting like this. He's telling me I'm treating him like this. Instead of letting me argue with him and act like it's not happening, let me have some shame. And that shame is towards the Most High, that respect. You're like, dang, I can't even look up to the Most High if I can't honor my husband. This has got to be worked on in a lot of women, man, because the world is man. I can go into this. We can go into a whole nother topic on this. But think about it. Why don't women have shame anymore? Because they don't honor the Most High. They don't honor the Most High. So there's really no fear or respect for anything, right? Because there's no consequences. You ain't gonna do nothing. You ain't gonna punch me in my face, right? If you leave me, so what? Because I'll just get another man. You know what I mean? I don't need you. There's no consequences. That's why there's no shame in what they're doing. You know, and they're being taught this. I was reading a little article about on Scarlett Johansson, and it was that stray, like borderline dyke spirit. Like she's like, I'm not gonna hold my tongue. You know, the same thing Judah got, like, I'm not gonna hold my tongue for nobody. But women look at that and say, yeah, that's an independent woman. She's strong. You know, so there's no more shame. So yeah, like I said, I'm not gonna run with that because we'll go over a whole topic on that, but hopefully that answers the questions.
And then it continues and says, can you also give understanding for 26 and 27 through 29?
Okay, 26, we'll read down. Go ahead.
Verse 26.
Uh-huh.
A woman that honors her husband shall be judged wise of all.
Well, what is honor? See, y'all trying to mess with me. Y'all trying to play on there. Who's that asking these questions?
Changes growth.
Oh, okay. Changes growth. Is that a sister or brother?
I'm not sure. I can't tell.
No, but they're good questions. It's just that when you talk about these questions, you know, my thing is this. Why these questions are good. A lot of women don't have shame. They move as though Yahweh's going to kill everybody else but them. Like, there is no consequences for them. None at all. and it's baffling a lot of times, like the way they move, the way women move. Listen, the way sisters move, the way wives move. So a woman that honor, this is a powerful word. I've been using this around my house a little bit. Honor, high respect, great esteem, adherence to what is right or to a conventional standard or conduct. There's no shame. When you don't have shame, you don't subscribe to conventional standard or conduct. You move anyway. It goes back to that Isaiah 3, right? Where it says they're all about their looks. They dress what they dress, right? And the Most High had to come back in Isaiah 3 and say, okay, that's why I chopped your hair off. That's why I made you stink. That's why I made you fat as hell. Because you don't have a standard. And obviously I'm paraphrasing Isaiah 3. Listen, it says here, regard with respect. So this is honor. Does she respect her husband? But why would a woman respect her husband? What's the first and foremost thing? She has to respect who? She has to respect the Most High. Because at this point in stage, what woman respects any man? You see what I'm saying? Now, my ribs are watching, sitting here, but it's the same thing. I'll put it like this. I've been 15, 16 years, but I still have to always remind, not always, but you got to go back to reminding, okay, watch how you're doing things. Are the things you're doing honoring me? So read it from the top.
26.
Yeah.
A woman that honors her husband shall be judged wise of all.
I mean, and to me, it's just so easy to be understood, because if you look at a wise woman, she's going to watch her conduct based off of, okay, I'm an example for my husband, my children, my family. So when people look at her, they're going to say, man, there's something different about this woman, how she rolls, how she deals. But a shameless woman, a contemptuous woman, a haughty woman, a person that don't give damn about nothing or nobody or no respect. And I was telling the sister that was, I was counseling about these topics. I don't have to say her name now, but she said, I move like this around my baby daddy, and it's like, I know it's wrong. You know what I mean? And the thing is that, well, why do you move like that to where the kids can see that? Because you lost respect for this individual. Now, even though you say, well, I'm not with that individual no more, you still have to understand what you're doing affects your family, your household, your nation. And that's what none of these women do anymore. They don't care. They're selfish, self-indulgent. They don't care about what they're doing and who it affects. That's why they talk the way they do. It's no fear. It's like I walk around and I don't remember that, okay, all these little things train up a child in the way she shall go. My daughter's going to pick up on. You know what I mean? If she sees me always down, irritated, angry, let me use the word bitchy, right? Then it's going to be, it automatically is instilled in them. So she has to have honor. And I know this is talking about the husband, but she has to have honor for something besides her little crappy ass thong, right? And her little crappy ass attitude. Go ahead.
But she that dishonors him in her pride.
In her what?
In her pride.
Right. So she, and y'all ask the question. Remember this. This is not a setup. A woman that has high respect or doesn't have that respect or esteem or adherence to what is right or to a conventional standard of conduct, what takes her out of that conduct? It just said it. Pride. It ain't, I know you're thinking, no, I do this because you act like this. No, you act like this because of pride. Well, no, you hurt me. That's why I act like this. Right. But you're still not regarding how you approach the situation because your pride. Instead of saying, I can still deliver my message of hurt and relate to this person that, you know what, husband, ex, whatever, I'm hurt, but how do I do it? See, and that's the point, because you don't honor anything. You let pride take over, and therefore now your actions are more of a shameless woman, and you're counted as a dog. Go ahead.
Shall be counted ungodly of all.
Right, so she's going to be counted ungodly. This is a wicked and ungodly woman. This is the most I don't want to do. It's across the board on the men and the women. She doesn't have honor for the Most High. Right? It goes back to the question when we touched on the woman class, you know, or before that, how does a woman show her works in the Most High? It's these moments like, okay, I'm showing honor in my house, in my family, in my nation. All right, 27, go ahead.
27, a loud crying woman.
And where does it automatically take you to if you look at a woman that doesn't have any honor, respect, in her conduct, and adherence to what's right? What happens? What happens? Read it.
A loud crying woman.
That's what happens. It's like if you read the scriptures, it like one effect has another effect, has another effect. She's what?
A loud crying woman.
She's loud as hell. She's always disgruntled. It goes back to all those proverbs. I would rather dwell with a lion. I would rather dwell on a rooftop. I would rather dwell anywhere else besides with this disgruntled, loud, disruptive, no honor. I don't want to be around this girl. Why? You know, those are the ones that are like, you get up, you just walk out like, okay, here she go, bitch mode. You know that red button they press? Bitch mode on. Yeah, I was like, okay, gotta go. Right, because I don't want to be around that because it's disgruntled, it's out of order, it's not sensible. It's not sensible anymore. Right? She's loud. Go ahead.
And a scroll shall be sought out to drive away the enemy. Right.
So, which will be the outcome? I mean, remember, he's putting it in parable form, but why is he throwing that in the next point? Because it's showing us that where these women get to, they're loud, they're disgruntled, they're out of order. Nigga, I don't care. You ain't gonna tell me nothing. See, there you go again. And then it could just get, y'all know the rest. All right, so was that it on that question?
On that question.
Okay. So hopefully, and it, once again, y'all know these questions. Like we did a whole class on women.
Oh, I'm sorry, through 29.
Oh, it's to 29?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, read on.
28.
Uh-huh.
There will be two things that grieve my heart.
Mm-hmm.
And the third maketh me angry.
Right.
A man of war that suffered poverty.
And this is what makes me angry. Every time I go down the street, we drive down the street and you see the veteran with the homeless, you know what I mean? Feed me, right? Help me out. That should anger you. You done died for this country. You done got your legs shut off for this country, but you're in poverty. So he's saying that this should anger you. Go ahead.
And a men of understanding that are not set by.
That goes into a double-minded man. He's unstable in all his ways. We go over it a lot. His eyes are in the end of the earth. One minute he believes this, the next minute he believed that. He flips on that YouTube. Now he's not sure about what he believed. Right? Y'all hear the stories, and I don't hold my tongue on these. I hold my tongue on the brother's name, but it's relevant situations to show y'all how the Bible is applied. Because it's not out of mockery. It's just to show y'all this is real. Like, we got brothers that, like, 1 minute he believes Esau is the so-called white man, and the next minute he turned on this YouTube. He's like unsure, but he's getting into it with us about doubtful disputation. And it's like, bro, you've been here all this time. You don't get these. But he's still tossed to and fro because he goes back and he doesn't listen to the basics, right? Which is a deal, one faith, one knowledge, one word. You can't be tossed. So that's what it's saying here. Go ahead.
And one that returns from righteousness to sin. And
which is going to get that man or woman to do that, right? The dog returneth his back to a vomit. I mean, that's upsetting. Right? The Most High said you put Christ to an open shame when you go back to your sins. So this is what he's pointing out. Go ahead.
The Lord that prepares such as one for the soul.
Right. And that's what's going to happen to these men and women. You know what I mean? The scriptures say, woe be he that putteth his hand to the plow and looketh back. Woe be he that putteth his hand to the plow and look it back. So this is what he's touching on. I'll get that one for y'all real quick. That's one of my, that should be one of all of our favorites. That is, should be Hebrews. Huh? Luke 9:62. Let's see. I thought there was one here. Yeah, that one goes with that, but it's another one. It's another one in Hebrews. Luke 9:62 is good. You can write that one down. But there's another one in Hebrews, I think it is. And y'all, like I said, y'all know we can go and match all these precepts up. I'm just trying to go run through them so we can get into this topic. But it's in Hebrews. There's Hebrews 10:38. We can get that one real quick. Hebrews 10:38. Read that one. You got that one? Go ahead, read that.
Hebrews 10:38.
Now
the just shall live by faith.
Right.
But if any man draw back, my soul shall I have no pleasure in.
Right. My soul shall I have no pleasure in. And that's a lot of brothers don't understand that. A lot of sisters don't understand that. Brothers think it's a game. They come, they put their hand to the plow. They put their hand to the plow, and then they look back, and what happens? They go right back to the vomit. They come up with some excuse. Well, bro, I can go at this all day. Because it's things we always see, and it's the word coming true. A brother, come in, do what Christ said. Put down your fishing pole, follow me. He follows Yahushua, follows the method. But as soon as it gets hard, then it's like, well, I don't got to do that. It's like, now you're second questioning everything. Well, I don't got to do what y'all doing. I don't got to. Now you're trying to manipulate your way out of doing the work. And you end up doing right back what you were doing. Chasing women, working your job, living your life, and just showing up. Oh, I made it to class, so I'm spiritual now. I'm doing the work of the Most High. Yes, you're doing the change that's supposed to be in yourself, but that change is supposed to start to affect the nation. So, we've been over that before also. So, all right, we got that one. Go back to Ecclesiasticus, the 26, 29. They wanted us to go to verse 29. Okay, go ahead.
29. A merchant shall hardly keep himself from doing wrong. And a huckster shall not be free from sin.
Yeah, you gotta watch it. You got to watch being a merchant. This is one where we talk with the brothers. You got to let them know, like, watch what you do. Watch how you perform. Watch how you act. But that's in anything, right? A merchant shall hardly keep himself from doing wrong. Why? Because if he's not in the spirit of the Most High, and then we can add the precepts to that about riches, the righteous having riches, and a wicked man having riches. Right? So we got to look at those scriptures too. Read it one more time.
A merchant shall hardly keep himself from doing wrong, and a huckster shall not be free from sin. Right.
Now jump over, and just on that scripture right there, jump to 27 and 2. You know what? Read from 27, 1, and we're going to read down to give you some edification on that 29th verse. Go ahead.
Ecclesiasticus 27, verse 1.
Many
have sinned from a smaller matter, and he that seeketh for abundance will turn his eyes away.
You see that? So, many have sinned for a small matter. You got brothers, sisters, you would sell out your spirit for the smallest thing. You know what I mean? And or what you might think is big. You know, something will distract you away from the Most High if your mind is not focused. And that's when you go back to the 28 verse, 26 and 28, that's what you get. A lot of brothers and sisters come in, they're focused, they're Hebrew, and they're fighting, and then next you know, something deters them. Satan throws in something to distract them, and they're right back in that way. A small thing, right? And it says, and they that seeketh for abundance. Why? The bare necessities, godliness with contentment is gain. They're like, no, I need more. You know what I mean? Oh, I need this, I need that. Like, bro, you got it. It's like, I didn't start driving like 20 years later. I took the bus. You know what I mean? Like, they don't understand that. I was taking the bus, like in Albuquerque. I was taking the bus to help the brothers. It wasn't like we do nowadays. Like, hey, bro, can I get a ride? It was like, bro, you know what a bus is? I was a young man and I had to learn, and I learned. But I didn't hold no resentment. I learned the process the way the brothers were showing me. And he that seeketh for abundance will turn his eye away. Go ahead, read.
As a nail sticketh fast between the joining of the stones, so does his sin stick close between buying and selling. So
both buying and selling. So when you get into the merchant, going back to the 29th, you got to watch it. But now it's not like you're not going to go out there and buy. You know what I mean? Like, everybody has to buy. You got to buy food. You got to buy clothes. You got to buy these things. So buying and selling, how to keep your mind focused in that. Like everything else. You know what I mean? Even like our job, you know, we got to remind the brothers. We remind them. We got many young men, and y'all hear us say this a lot of times. This business is not for you to get women. You know what I mean? Brothers get upset at us. You know what I mean? Because we over them like hawks. Why? Because we don't want to be known as the whoremongering brothers. We sit down, brothers, many a times and tell them that. We don't want to be those brothers. First of all, y'all all big, black, buff men here. Everybody already think when you're stopping a woman, right, it's for the talk, not to get the money. So you got brothers that get upset. And then that's when all of a sudden they don't want to do what they was doing no more. Right? It's like, wait a minute. Everything was fine until you were getting checked for the wicked things that be in your mind. Right? Or they do what? Bend off, get a woman, and then be like, you know what, I think I'm good. It's like, all of a sudden you good. When you were doing and focusing, but now when correction comes in and you're chipping off the darkness, now it's like, you know what, I don't got to do that. I'm going to say this again. You are not slick. You're not slick, bro. You're like my 12-year-old kid. You know what I mean? You look at him, you say, okay, we get it. Do what you got to do, brother. Because the Most High knows what you're doing. And a lot of times when we're able to work with these men in this environment, and this is right what you're talking about with this merchant, your question on the merchant, because we do that. We sell. But how do we keep these men to the standard that come right out of the world, and they think a wife is anything they put their pee-pee in? And I mean that they don't respect, they don't honor the women, they don't want to teach them. You know what I mean? The first time they get out of order is what? Oh, she's wicked and she's off. I'm not going to deal with that. You know what I mean? But it be these men that want to so-called judge or have judgment or think they can see things. It's like, bro, your whole logic is off. How is it that your senses ain't even exercised in none of these areas, but you swear you see things? It's things like that read verse 3.
Unless a man hold himself diligently in the fear of the Lord.
Right. See, unless, you're going to buy, you're going to sell, you're going to be, this might be your job, but it doesn't matter unless, go ahead.
His house shall soon be overthrown.
Right, unless he hold himself diligently in the fear of the Lord. And that's what we be seeing. Because we have, in our structure, we have a venue to be able to sit close with that brother. And like Yahweh Shai, I hold them arm to arm and be like, okay, let's do this together. But then you start seeing more of the impurities and negatives and pride, and then when you tell them that's wrong, then you see that ego come up. It's like, okay, bro, so you got a pride problem. I'm not telling you to sell dope. I'm telling you actually the opposite. Don't try to get every girl's number at the cart, right? Don't be lying to people. You know what I mean? Deal justly, right? But a lot of brothers can't handle that discipline, so they lose it. But and I wanted to go there to show you that it was nothing wrong with obviously being a merchant, because the brothers back in the days were they were merchants. They were apothecariers. They were doing things like this when needed. So hopefully that's it. Is that it on that question?
Yeah. Any classes in Dallas, Texas?
Dallas, Tejas. Nah, we were going up to Texas, to Texas. We were going up to Dallas for a while. And you got, once again, brothers want to sit there, learn, but got caught up into what YouTube says. What random guy pops up there and what they feel. We stopped going up there. So we were going up there for a while, and we were teaching a few brothers up there. And I think there's a brother in Houston from Dallas that actually moved down to Houston to kind of like be part of the school. But and you get those instances. Let's be real about it. You know why I don't hold my tongue anymore? Because if y'all don't understand how this works, y'all believe every dang madness and niggerism that's out there. Like, you got a lot of brothers doing like off-brand stuff, and every time it gets checked, then they wanna act like there's a problem. You know what I mean? Oh, you know what? It was just a disagreement. Me and the brother didn't like each other. No. No disagreement, man. Bruh, you got a lot of niggerism in you, and every time now it's being pulled out of you, now you want to battle, you want to fight. So you got to look for an imperfection within. Oh, well, I didn't like that. Y'all got to stop that, man. And I'm saying that to say that's why we tell brothers and sisters to stay focused, stay on the mission, please the Most High, and stop getting caught up in all that drama, and you won't be tossed to and fro. So yeah, we were out there for a while, and then brothers out there, man, they weren't serious. What else? Listen, come through. You can come down to H-Town. You can look at us online if you like. I mean, if you feel, obviously, this is the school you're going to be taught from. You know what I mean? Do that, learn, and definitely we'll get out there. This is what we try to do. We're trying to do our part. I got to say this more and more. I'm not saying we're better than any brothers. I'm saying we're doing our part. And that's how what we do, man. We travel, we go to these states. That's why we're out here in Virginia. You know what I mean? See what fruit, build, teach. Everybody we encounter out here in Virginia, they keep saying, man, yeah, they need this out here. Everybody, not only you, bro. Every person we met, they're like, yeah. They look at us with this look, and I'm like, why y'all keep saying it like that though? Because they're like, yeah, because it's really needed. You know, this is that, you know, where slavery began and everything. The history, and I'm like, okay, all right, well, let's see. You know, because there's a lot of our people that don't want to be woke. You know, is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? The answer is no, technically, but you got to come back and say yeah, because the slave mind state that Israelites have adopted. All right. So is that it for the questions? Nothing else. All right. Let's do this then. Let's go into this topic on what did we title it up on there? I can't forgive. Like I was saying, this is a good topic. You got a lot of Israelites situations that blacks, Hispanics don't know how to deal with, which is forgiving. It's the biggest thing. It's like you got people that won't forgive their family members. They won't forgive the guy that they loaned $100 to 20 years ago. We had in Houston two brothers that would come to class, and they knew each other before they even knew us. And every time they get around each other, they just can't. It's like one brother show up, the other brother disappear for 6 months. You know what I mean? And the problem was in all that, one of the brothers was really stubborn and hard-headed. He don't want to listen. He don't want to listen to how to deal with the scriptures, so he keeps that animosity and hatred with each other. You get instances in relationships and in your household that where the women gain hatred and resentment to their husband for the mistakes he made. You got that instance. Then you get into school. You see, it affects the nation. It affects your household. It affects the congregations. It ain't just one thing this affects. This affects everything on a mass level. So go to Matthew 22:39. So when we were talking about this topic and it came up, I was saying, you know, we touch on this a lot. How could I go into this? What is the problem with our people? Why won't a person forgive and forget? Now, we're not talking about Esau and the nations. This is your nation, right? Yeah. All right. Let's be clear. That turn the other cheek was talking to your nation. Like they didn't turn the other when Goliath was out there trying to kill the Israelites. Did David turn the other cheek, or did he sling that stone? So let's not play like we don't know this. Okay, this is talking to what Hebrew Israelites supposed to do to Hebrew Israelites. Matthew 22:39.
Matthew 22:39.
Right.
And the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Right. Now, I'm cutting straight to the point on these for time's sake. The second greatest commandment is to love your neighbor as yourself. That's it. Now, that's one of the hardest things a brother and a sister can do. Why? One, you don't love yourself. That's a whole nother topic. Right? You don't love yourself. So how am I going to show love to anybody else when I hate myself. I hate how I look. I hate how big I am. I hate how my hair looks. I hate this. I hate that. I hate life. I hate everything. Hate. Right? I be telling my ribs, stop using that word. Right? It's a strong word. It's a real strong word that can be used negatively all the time when you look at things. You can't love or see forgiveness to the next man or give forgiveness to the next man or next woman because you haven't forgiven yourself. You haven't understood about how the Most High said to forgive. A lot of you don't know how to process correction, and you formulated that into hatred. Now, I know that's not on the topic, but it's a lot of times you correct them and it's so grievous. It's like, okay, you got something against me. We got brothers that do that with brothers. Grown ass men. Oh, this brother got something against me because that brother is correcting him or he don't like me. Then, and we got to show those men that, okay, isn't that what your rib does? Right? Because a lot of time your rib does that too. You don't like me. You're always telling me where I'm wrong at. That's where hatred comes from a lot of times also. But I want to stick to this point. The main point. Read it.
On these two commandments hang all the law.
No, 39. Read it again.
39. And the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy...
It's all good.
Yeah. And the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
You gotta love him like it's you. You gotta love her like it's you. Right? And this is a concept I always talk with my kids. You gotta love this person how you would want to be loved, how you would want to be treated. Go to Ecclesiasticus 28 verse 4. I know it, no, in the Apocrypha. And I know it seems simple, but the reason why you can't let go a lot of hatred and resentment and bitterness is because you don't look in the mirror and say, man, this person is me. Their mistakes are my mistakes. Right? Yeah, I might not have did the same thing to them, but I guarantee you there's somebody I offended on the same level and hurt let him try. He can try. And on the same I might not have did the exact same thing, but there's somebody I did something to. And this is what a lot of people don't understand is like, he that is without sin cast the first stone, right? You can't, but here's the thing. How do I clear my mind of the negative and hatred and bitterness and resentment? Because, we're reading this. Yeah, love thy neighbor as thyself. Come on, man. How many of our people really can stomach that? Let go of what that person did to you like you will want them to let it go. We can't get that. This has got to be embedded in us. But this is why we should do it. Okay? This is what the scripture's got to show us. One of our favorite chapters here. Read that.
Forgive thy neighbor the hurt that he hath done unto thee.
Right. So why? Why do I forgive my neighbor the hurt he's done unto me?
So he can do the same.
So he can do the same. Right? So he can say, or she can say in her heart, well, I did this one time and you know what? He forgave me. I got to learn how to forgive him. And I'm going to take it wide, then bring it back in. On every aspect, you got this in the nation, affecting the nation. Average people out there in the world, they murder, they kill each other, they hate each other. They will slit your damn throat because of hatred. But you know what that's showing the Most High? Okay, you'll slit his throat. Well, then you will want your throat slit. Right? Now, come on now. This is the problem with a lot of Israel. They're not looking at it that way and saying, wait a minute. Yeah, he messed up. He did this. But we all mess up. If I was in his shoes, how would I feel? How would I want to be treated? Let me look on the right side. And this is what we have to do as, when I talk to Quatazop and we talk to officers and things like that. Because a lot of times you don't look at that level. We got to forgive. And a lot of times you're done dirty. We're done like brothers do. Like, bro, we were to be crybabies. We could sit here and cry about some crap that brothers do to us. You see what I'm saying? Like, bro, and then they try to play games. But we have to understand. Quatazop has always heard things like, oh, you got to understand, they're babes. I tell my ribs that. They hate that one. They hate that one. They're like, well, how long is the sister going to be young? How long does she get away with this? Like, I don't know. Does every baby grow at the same rate? No. You got retarded babies. I mean, you know what I mean? And now, I know you're saying, no, Kazaki, because they say it to me. Well, that's a grown-ass woman. They should know better. Is it really always like that? Is it always they know? Because if that was the case, why do they need the knowledge? Why do they need somebody to tell them? I know some brothers that watch this that are hardcore Hebrew Israelites, gangster disciple killers for Christ. You kill people with your fingers, right? They'll be like, nah, those niggas is wicked. We know they're wicked, but that's why he said he's going to send them to you because they're sick. So a lot of times we got to stomach it and do like Yahweh Shai did. Father, forgive them for they know not what they do. Right? He gave us a faithful high priest that would have compassion on the ignorant. That's what the scriptures tell us. He would have compassion on the ignorant. And a lot of times we got to look at things like that. You're not going to foster forgiveness or love if you don't put yourself in the situation and ask yourself how you want to be treated. Right? If it was you, some people are damn slow. Some people don't get it. I know. They act like they're spiritual, on point. But I remind a brother, we were just talking about this today. I said, I'm not going to say names. He was like, this brother knows what he's doing, And I said, look at how he deals with his rib and the kids, I said, let's think about it. Does he really know? Now, I know you're thinking he should know. But does he really know? You know what I mean? Let's give him another opportunity. Let's give him another chance. You know what I mean? I would rather do that and let him show his ass again after you correct him. Then you can say, okay, listen, we were compassionate. We were long-suffering. Nah, bro, you just being a niglet. So these are the things, we got to look at these things, man. They don't know. How many of y'all got that father that wasn't there? That you still hate? That nigga was never there. How does that make any sense when you got the knowledge? But you read the curses. You read the curses, right? And the curse said what? The father was going to leave the children, right? So you woke now, but you still resent your father? You should be awake to understand that, damn, he fell victim to the game. He don't know. He's blinded. Let me reach out. You never know. You might be able to wake him up. Right? But these are the things that people aren't willing to do because, You don't judge it. Go hold that. Let me throw this one in there. Go to Matthew 7:1. You're not willing to forgive and look at that man like a mirror, that woman like a mirror, because a lot of times you think you're above, you think you're better, you think you're more, but you're not. Right? Read that, Matthew 7:1.
Matthew chapter 7, verse 1.
Go ahead.
Judge not ye, be not judged.
Give him that mic. Give him the mic real quick. Read it one more time.
Judge not that ye be not judged.
The scriptures say, "Judge not that ye be not judged." This is the mind state we got to go into. You got to judge, brothers, how you want to be judged. You know what I mean? Man, it happens so much. You got the sisters that's put. So, okay, my rib would say, well, that sister knows better. And in my head, I'm like, okay, here we go. I'm finna turn the whole world upside down. There's a lot of things that you know better, but you don't do. But see, is that what you're going to do all the time, every time somebody does something wrong? Yes. Because to show you the value of the knowledge and where you need to grow spiritually, I have to show you how to change your process. The scriptures scriptures tell you about a heretic once or twice. That's different. Scriptures tell you about suffer not as a whoremonger, murderer, adulterer. We're not talking about that. Okay, so let's not get it twisted. All right, let's be mature about this. A whoremonger, adulterer, fornicator, idolater. You know what I mean? All these things, like, you're going to be like, okay, the Most High has to deal with them because they wicked now. But we deal with a lot of things in our relationships, in our life, in the schools, that is not plain out straight wickedness. It's messed up stuff. Disobedient, disrespectful, out of order, confused, double-mindedness, argumentative. That a lot of these things that you got to confront, deal with, fix. And a lot of people just, I don't want to deal with that. You know what I mean? You got a lot of Israelites that come in with that mind. No, I'm hardcore. I ain't forgiving nobody. You know what I mean? You got to stop. You got to stop. You got to think. You got the knowledge now. There's supposed to be an enlightenment and an awakening. Go ahead, finish that in Matthews.
For with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged.
And going back to the example, so I'll tell my rib, okay, ribs, listen. The same way you want this standard for this sister. Now, how about if I hold you to the standard that you're supposed to uphold? 100%. So you got to look at each other and say, okay, yeah, she's going to fall where she's at. And I might know more. I might got more knowledge and experience, but I'm also going to fall. How do we nourish her back, correct her? Because everybody needs to be corrected. But correction is good. It's not destructive. Right? So you're supposed to correct her back to where she needs to be. Not condemn her. Not turn your back on her. Right? Go ahead.
And with what measure ye meet,
right,
it shall be measured to you again.
Right. So, a lot of times, and I'll bring it to the husband and wife. You want to hold the wife to this measure, but you got to hold yourself to that measure. You want to hold your husband to this measure, but you got to live up to that standard. Man, the Most High is so real. You got a lot of, and hey, I'm not perfect. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that, like, when you look at the scriptures, like, it's real. That's why there's not going to be no excuse for not having love for your brother. The scriptures say, he that hateth his brother is a murderer. He that hateth his brother is a murderer. So, you know why people nourish more hatred? Because they don't look like this. They don't want to meet the standard, right, of what they got to be and what they're putting on other people. So they condemn them. They hate them. Right? So this is it's a big thing with our people. Go back to Ecclesiasticus 28 verse 4. We got a question on there?
Yeah. It says, but people use this scripture out in the world. I thought it also says judge righteously though.
Yeah. Oh, they must have just clicked on. They must have just clicked on. I'll do a little rewind on you. Exactly. It says judge righteous judgment. But how do we judge righteous judgment? Well, we judge righteous judgment by knowing that the standard and the judgment you judge with, you got to live up to that standard. The scriptures say your obedience has to be fulfilled. So you can't be a hypocrite, because we know that too, right? Come on, let's be real about this. You can't be a hypocrite trying to get other people to live up to the standard and so viciously ready to slay and wield your sword, but you yourself, the first time you get correct and checked, now it's like you start bombing it and, oh, brother, hold on, you, who are you? It's like, wait a minute. You can dish it out good as hell, but the first time is your time to get it. So yes, righteous judgment. I mean, you got 4 hours? Where you want to start from? What is righteous judgment? And how do you judge in these situations? Well, if you start here in the beginning, you're going to judge righteously if you start looking at the people and understanding each and every brothers and sisters' battles. Everybody got different battles. Paul said, I became all things to all men to win them over in Christ. Right? That is telling us everybody's not the same. Right? When you deal with a family and a household, are all your kids the same? No. I got my son. He can talk to you. I can rap to him. I can get out what I want out of him within the first minute or two. Right? I got my daughter, Quadashaya. She's more introvert, right? Hey, what's up? Nothing. You all right? Yeah. You seem sad. Nope, I'm good. Now I have to deal with her different. That's how Israel is. So you got to understand the people and what they need. Everybody's not the same. And I'm just doing this quick without taking the whole class into all these things that's going to get us into 12 o'clock. Peter. Did Christ deal with everybody how he dealt with like Peter? Why he didn't say, Judas, thou hast a devil? Knowing that Judas had negative spirits on him, you think Judas only had negative spirits on him one time? When he said, the guy that dipped the sop? Why wouldn't it show all the times that Yahushua had to check Judas' negative thinking? Why? But it showed how he checked Peter. How many times? He's like, Peter, what that? Peter. Right?
He was stern with it too.
Stern with it. Thou hast a devil. Right? How many times did he do that? See, different instances, different situations. Everybody wasn't dealt with the same way. So yeah, you're supposed to judge righteous judgment. Right? But we're supposed to always have compassion too. We're supposed to have compassion on the ignorant. And them that are out of the way. The scriptures, I'll repeat it again, maybe because you just clicked on. The scriptures say about a heretic, right? Someone that's a heretic, you let them know once or twice, they got to go. Right? But it tells you in Matthew 18, right, that a brother got a problem with a brother, take it to another brother. And if that brother won't listen, take it to the congregation. See, it's like all these different steps. than a heretic. So it's not all the same way you would approach every situation. That in itself should show you that every situation is not the same. So yeah, we're supposed to judge righteous judgment. Did they expound or say anything else on that?
I understand.
Yeah. All right. So finish that. Jump back. Ecclesiasticus 28. 28. Where were you at? I think you had it. Oh, he had it. Go ahead. Where you at?
Ecclesiasticus 28 and 2.
28 and 2. Is that where we at? I thought we were at 4.
No, verse 2.
Yeah, just to read it.
Oh, you were supposed to. That's fine. Go ahead. Read. Come on.
So shall thy sins also be forgiven when thou prayest.
Right. And that a lot of times I'm not holding this woman to a righteous standard. And that's why a lot of times your prayers don't get answered. A lot of times your prayers don't get answered because the scriptures tell you he ain't going to answer them. He is not going to answer your prayers because you're hypocritical. You're you're an unforgiving person. So no, he ain't going to hear you because you don't want to hear your brother. You don't want to hear your sister. How many brothers is ready to cut off another brother like that? How many sisters is ready to cut somebody off like that? It doesn't, scripturally, it doesn't work like that. Unless they're heretic. After the second and third admonishing, you get away, get them out. Fornicator, murderer, idolater, idolatress. Those are different situations. Not because, oh, you know what, me and the brother have a disagreement. You know what I mean? Therefore, I hate this nigga. I ain't never going to talk to him. Oh, me and my husband, you know what? He when we first met, he forgot our anniversary. I can tell he doesn't love me no more. Like, really? You bear resentment for 10 years? You know what I mean? Or you know what? Or let's get it real. Before you had the knowledge, before you applied the knowledge, oh yeah, we were fighting and he smacked me. But did you smack him back? He's abusive. So are you. Did he stop? Right? Did you stop? Right? You see that? It's double standards. You got to live up to the standard. Look at yourself and you'll start seeing your brother in you, your sister in you. Go ahead.
One man beareth hatred against another. And doth he seek pardon from the Lord?
Yeah, and doeth he seek pardon from the Lord? Yeah. You're supposed to be praying every night, morning, midday, and thanking the Most High and asking him for what you need. But some people are so dang wicked-minded, selfish-minded, hateful, that they'll say what? I won't even pray now because I know the Most High ain't going to hear me. Well, it's a commandment to pray. It's a law to pray. Pray without ceasing, right? To seek the Most High be times. Like, well, who you getting your blessing from if you ain't praying? The devil? Like, who's blessing you? Who you asking for stuff for? Oh, you so caught up, you think you get it yourself. You forgot Yahweh gave that to you. You get that mind state, right? Go ahead.
He sheweth no mercy to a man, which is like himself.
And that's the point. That's the point that we wanted to get to. You show no mercy to that brother or sister or family member, which is like you, which has the same mistakes, has a lot of the same ailments, and some of you are like duplicates. Some of y'all don't even got no knowledge. You don't even know how to order yourself right. You're doing the same childish antics that he's doing or she's doing. But then you're more judgmental. Right? Now I'm going to throw this in here. How many of you baby mamas do that to your baby daddy? You can be as demonic as him, but you want to cut him off from seeing his kids. This is the wickedness that is in us because hatred is in us. We've been taught this hatred to hate each other from the other nations. And you'll quickly forgive. We were talking about it yesterday, right? You'll hug the white woman in court, but if it was a nigga, you jumping over. I'm gonna kill this nigga.
I seen actually family members at family events get it some heated stuff and guns get pulled out. Like it's
Family events.
At family events. This fool
Right.
at a family reunion, whatever it's a birthday or whatever. I seen guns get pulled out over something stupid.
The black man robs the man next door because how could you not see yourself? It's you next door. You borrow rice from him. You borrow this. You borrow that. But you don't see yourself in that brother or sister, and that's why you look at it that way. That's why you're quick to disannul them. Go ahead, read on. Come on.
And doeth he ask forgiveness for his own sins?
Go ahead.
If he that it is but flesh
Nourisheth.
hatred, who will entreat for
Pardon
of his sins.
Yeah, so who's going to entreat you for your sins? And then that's why he said in Matthew 7:1, thou that judges not thyself. Right? Or actually, that's Romans also. Right? The same measure you meet to this person is going to be met to you. It says, the Most High is frower to the frower. He'll be meek to the meek. Right? And that's what a lot of brothers and sisters not understand. When you cry, when you're in a predicament and you need compassion and mercy, guess who's not going to be there? Because you were not there for your brother, your sister. This is it. This is the universal law of love your neighbor as yourself. If you don't get this, man, come on, hit me up here. Y'all hit me in the chat why brothers and sisters perpetuate hatred with each other. Give me some of the most crappiest examples of why you hated this person, you don't like this person, you don't want to deal with that person. Why? It'd be the most ignorant stuff, man. What verse are you at?
6.
Go ahead.
Remember the end.
Remember what?
Thy end.
Remember thy end. No, remember your brother's end.
Thy end.
Remember thy end. I mean, you need to be looking at yourself, judging yourself, because the Most High is going to judge you for what you do. Go ahead.
And let
enmity, war, right?
cause.
Cease. Let enmity cease. And how am I going to let this enmity cease, being a baby mama, if I'm constantly making the wrong decisions, choosing the wrong men, putting myself in those predicaments, and then using those predicaments to build up hatred that you put yourself in? How does that make sense? That mean you put yourself in the predicament. You knew it was going to bring the wrong situation, but you keep nourishing hatred for the things you do. Right? And that's what Israelites do, man. Man, we could go at this topic all day, man, because it's a lot of stupidity. People do a lot of stuff, man. When you know yourself and you look at yourself and say, man, I watch how I think. I watch how I look at people. And we are naturally, because we have the knowledge and a high level of knowledge, judgmental. And if you don't watch yourself, everybody can be condemned. Everybody. It's like in the first grade of the truth. You be like, yeah, that nigga's off. He's wicked. His spirit ain't there. It's like you didn't even give him no chance. And the same thing happens when brothers are sitting down. Remember the story I told y'all yesterday, the brother looking up there and he thought they were laughing about something. It's like you're judging things the wrong way. Now he got an evil suspicion, a misconception about these brothers, and he don't even know the brothers, right? That's how envy, hatred, division, discord, resentment starts. All because what? To the pure, all things are pure, but to him that is defiled, nothing is pure. Even his conscience is defiled. So, we got to consider these things, man. Go ahead, read on.
Remember corruption and death.
Right. Remember corruption and death. Read.
And abide in the
What's the commandment? Read.
Remember the commandments and bear no
Malice.
malice.
Bear no malice. All right. Hold on. Malice. Remember the intention or desire to do evil. This is what happens when you hold negative in. You build up, it's like intentions. Now your intentions are to do something, like you intentionally slander brothers. Like I said, come on now. Y'all know we can talk about this topic. This is deep. This is a deep topic. You just do one section on hatred, and you see that hatred through slander. You got brothers and sisters, like, you got people that just slander each other just because you're in the opposite school. That's hate. You don't even know them. You don't know the situation. You don't know the talk. Y'all hear me talk about it. That's why I don't jump on bandwagon, because that just shows the hatred in your heart. Somebody you see your enemy falling. You know what I mean? He's like, oh, it's time now. Let me unload on him. Right? Oh, the Most High got you in the scope, man. Oh, yeah, the Most High got your ass in the scope when you do that. See, but that's malice. The intention or desire to do evil. Ill will. It says desire to cause pain. Bear no malice. It says injury, distress to another. Commit unlawful act, cause harm without legal justification. Okay? Go ahead.
To thy neighbor.
Read.
Remember the covenant of the highest.
Uh-huh.
And wink at the ignorance.
And wink at ignorance. How many of us can do that? Huh? No, because black men, I'm telling you, we only do it to each other. The nations, you smiling, you cheesing, right? Today, we had to get up early as hell today. I said, hey, bro, man, check us out, man. What'd he do? He was like, man, I'm from Philly. I know about the oils. You know what I mean? It was just a real, like, nigga, I'm not messing with you. And I'm like, you know me, I kill you with kindness. I'm like, oh, yeah, man, yeah, we've been doing this. And I'm telling him our story and what we've been doing and how we've been. He's looking at me like, I'm not fucking with you, bruh. He really, it wasn't like, hey, I'm busy. It was really like, he did his side body like this. He was like, bro. I know about oils. You know what I mean? It goes back to the Muslims and all this. And I was like, bruh, it ain't all that serious, bruh. But this is that hatred. It's resentment. I keep using these words because we're going to touch on them too. Go ahead. Come on. What verse you at?
7.
Go ahead, read.
Abstain from strife.
Abstain from strife. Abstain from strife. How many of y'all like strife and who loves abstaining from it? Don't answer that all at one time. Oh man, I hate strife. No, you don't. Because every little moment you get, you say the wrong thing, you're argumentative, you want to fight about this or that, but you don't want drama. Come on, man. Most High will pull your card. Abstain from strife. Go ahead.
And thou shalt diminish from thy sins.
Yeah, and you'll diminish your sins. Because these sins start with how you deal with your brother. Go ahead.
For a furious man will kindle strife.
A what?
Furious man.
No, a furious man. A furious man will kindle strife. And why do you think brothers start cursing each other out? You see them on Facebook. They talking like they the devil. Right? Because you can see the fury in men. You can see the hatred in brothers. It's like, why you got this hate for this dude? For no reason. Cursing him out like he's a dang heathen. It shows you about brothers, our spirit, and the stuff and the evil that be in our mind. You got to watch it. You got to watch yourself. Go ahead.
A sinful man
disquieteth
friends.
Right. He does what?
Disquieteth
right.
friends.
What does disquiet mean? And I know what it means, but I want to get a little deeper than just the shallow definition that I'm going to come up with. Let's get the disquieteth or disquiet. It says what you got?
Disquiet.
Mm-hmm.
A feeling of anxiety or worry.
Ooh. A feeling of anxiety or what?
Or worry.
Or worry. Okay, go ahead. What else? What you got?
To disturb.
To what?
To disturb.
Ooh, I got the lack of calm.
To deprive of peace.
You got brothers, sisters. How many of you create arguments with brothers, with sisters, just to do it? Like you see it a lot of times. They'll come in the chat and they're asking questions just to create commotion. Read it. Y'all don't get it. When I look at this, when it happens, right? When they come in the chat, we be here in peace. We be talking, scriptures be flowing in the spiritual language, right? And then the nigga comes on there and does what? So what about this? It's like, what are you doing? It shows what that individual is. You see what I'm saying? Read that part again. I'm gonna let y'all come with those definitions. Read it again.
A sinful man.
A what?
A sinful man.
You can't get brotherhood because how you think. You got that one guy, that one sister that don't get along with nobody. And ain't nothing wrong with you. You went over here, you can't get along with nobody. You can't get along with nobody over here. You can't get along with nobody likes you because you don't know how to control your mouth, your anger, your pride. Then on top of that, you can't be told nothing. But guess what? Everybody else is the problem. A sinful man disquieteth. What else you got?
Let's see. The other definition: to deprive of calmness, tranquility, or peace.
Yeah, you like brothers be at peace, sisters be at peace, but you come in with the confusion. Women. I'm not gonna attack this angle just from one angle. Women, you wake up in the morning with an unpeaceful mind and you disrupt tranquility. It be negative thinking. That's why you got to pray in the morning. You start your day out with anxiety, disquiet, lack of calm, peace, ease, anxiety, uneasiness. Yep. And I got that one too. To deprive of calmness.
To fret or vex the mind.
To fret or vex the mind. That's dope. So read it again, Mawula.
A sinful man disquieteth friends. And maketh debate among them that be at peace.
You see all the qualities that come in when you don't have, and you're not, or you don't look at your brother like you. It's always argument, always fighting. And this is what you got in the world, man. You got people, man, that just can't control their damn brain. They don't want peace in their life. Go ahead, read down.
As the matter of the fire is.
How do you know they don't got love in them? One, they're always argumentative with their brothers, their sisters. You're never trying to understand the other side. You always think some nefarious negative is going on. It's like, bruh, what are you talking about? Because your mind is off. Go ahead.
So it burneth.
As the matter of the fire is, this negative, this disruptive, this hatred, fire that burns in you, This is why it's easy for the black men to blow somebody's damn head off. This is why there's no love in them. They'll blow their own brother and sister's brain right out. Pow! And won't even think about it. Why? Because all this hatred built up in them. Go ahead.
And as a man's strength is, so is his wrath.
Go ahead.
And according to his riches, his anger riseth. Right. Don't let him be successful and have a little money. Then the nigga really lose it. You know? Go ahead. And the stronger they are which contend. Go ahead. The more they will be inflamed. Give me Matthews 18 and 22, John. Matthews 18 and 21, excuse me. And this is why are all these negative qualities nourished with a lot of brothers and sisters? Always arguing, always fighting. I'm not going to say a name, but we going to use the example. So the brother Contemnath was telling me the other day, he said, because y'all should be laughing at this in a bad way, like, wow, that's terrible. He said this random cat that comes and buys oils from us walked over to him and said, hey, where's such and such? Why he don't work with y'all? And he goes on to say, man, every time I see this brother, he's always arguing with everybody. Every time. We see him on the basketball court. Contemnath go to the gym. He's on the court arguing, fighting with everybody. Not just one time. It's like every time. Now, this is the same one with the double-minded, unsure. I don't know if Esau is Japhet. Y'all don't understand these qualities are embedded in your chaotic mind. And unless you humble yourself to say, damn, I got issues. It's called multiple personality disorder. Let me humble to the spirit. I can change these things. This was a random person that told him that. And Contemnath said, well, that's why you don't see him rolling with us. Because he can't be told nothing. But you got people like that that's always, think about these people that come amongst us. They're going to have these issues. They're going to have these problems, man. Think about y'all in your household. Which one is the antagonist? Huh?
What time of the day?
Which one is the one saying the wrong thing at the wrong damn time all the time? Causing commotion. That's why we go over classes like your tongue. We go over classes like dealing with your anger. You know what I mean? Would you do it to Yahweh Shai? Would you do it to Christ? Would you deal with him like that? So these are the questions the scriptures ask us, right? Read that, Matthew 18:21. Come on.
Matthew 18:21.
Uh-huh.
Then came Peter to him and said, Lord, how oft shall my brother sin against me?
Right.
And I forgive him.
Read.
Till 7 times.
Till what?
Till 7 times.
Now, we're not going into the other ones I already quoted. We quote all the time. The heretic, a fornicator, or idolater, we know that. Though that's wicked. He's talking about messing up, mistakes, things that you don't know. He's not talking about I smack you in the face and say, oh, brother, you're supposed to turn the other cheek. No, you're going to get smacked in your face. He's talking about this brother, sister, making mistakes, falling short, messing up, right? Man, you know how many brothers don't even believe that in the Bible? You know how many Israelites that claim Yahweh and I keep the Sabbath, bruh, they don't believe that. They're like, nigga, please. That nigga, I ain't gonna deal with that monkey. They don't believe this, huh? Bro, I've been around Israelites a long time. I know what's in me. And I know that I gotta be this more.
and you get what the knowledge you get, you 70 times, seven times, go ahead, read on.
Jesus said unto him, I say not unto thee until 7 times,
right?
but until 70 times 7.
Yeah. See? Man, you can't even forgive your mama. How the hell you gonna come amongst niggas and forgive them? You don't forgive your uncle, you know what I mean? Your cousin, he did something to you back in 94, right? You won't forgive them. You know, you gotta see that. You gotta forgive your brother. Why? Because you see in yourself. You deal with him like you would deal with yourself. This is supposed to be the logic behind all this. Go from there, go to Matthew 6:14. Matthew 6:14. Read that.
Matthew 6:14.
Uh-huh.
For if ye forgive men their trespasses.
This is why you're supposed to do it. Because you keeping yourself in mind. If you forgive men their trespasses, go ahead.
Your heavenly Father will also forgive you.
Go ahead.
But if ye forgive not men their trespasses, neither will your Father forgive your trespasses.
I mean, cut and plain, man. Cut, simple, and plain. If y'all scraping out these verses and cutting that out and making excuses why not to serve and follow that, you're going to be judged. Man, the commandments rest on the two greatest of all. And the second is love thy neighbor, love your brother as yourself. That's Yahweh Shai said that. So I don't know what the hell y'all on, man, but you got to get off this mind. So what is that mind? Trespasses. Go to Ephesians 4:31. Ephesians 4:31, and we're going to talk about we're going to get into some words. We're going to get in some words that y'all want to avoid and act like it's not in your spirit. We try to avoid seeing the fact that still stands within us. Check this out. Ephesians 4:31 and 32. And if y'all got questions, y'all know the deal, man. Like even on the topic, just raise your hand, ask. Go ahead.
Ephesians 4:31.
Uh-huh.
Let all bitterness.
Let all what?
Bitterness.
Let all what?
Bitterness.
It's got to start with the bitterness. Oh, Lord. Y'all going to have me getting crazy up in here again. It's got to start with the bitterness. These are words that Israelites don't want to talk about. Oh, I don't hate the brother. Hatred. When you look at this word, you got words like bitterness, anger, and disappointment. You got that one up there for them? Shalamiah? Yeah. The only way you're going to forgive your brother of the trespasses that he did to you, you got to forgive the letdown. You let me down, bro. You let me down and man, we were going good. You know what I mean? Now, husband and wife, how many times in your relationships go sour because bitterness? Anger and disappointment at being treated unfairly. Oh, I was done wrong. Forgive your brother their trespasses. Let go of bitterness. No, I can't. I just can't forgive him. The way he checked me. The way he told me that. You know what I mean? I can't. Oh, it's got to stay right here for this nigga. Right here. I'm putting that in here. And that's where a lot of brothers and sisters, you're going to die with that. The Most High is going to destroy you with that. You never gain love for your nation with that in you. Why? Because everybody's always out to get you. Everybody's always, yeah. Then they want the can't put your trust in man. That's not what it means. Dummy. Y'all know that, right? Because if that's the case, then bitterness is wrong. Yeah, you can't put your trust in man. That's why I put my trust in the Most High. I don't trust in man, bro. You're going to labor with your brothers. You're going to eat with your brother. You're going to drink with your brother. You're going to walk into the house of the Lord with your brother. Yeah, you're not going to say, hey, brother, if I need salvation, you're going to do it. No, but people do that. They put that up to make it seem like, oh, I don't have to have brotherhood. I don't have to have love because I don't trust it, man. Y'all are dummies, man. Y'all trying to manipulate your way out of the kingdom. You're manipulating your way out of understanding these things that really need to be in you. The scriptures say it. If you hate your brother, the Most High is going to destroy you. That's it. You got to let these things go because you got a lot of issues with disappointment and being treated unfairly. Resentment. We're gonna go back to that word, resentment. All right, go ahead, read on.
And wrath.
And what?
And wrath.
You got a lot of brothers, sisters that they're motivated by their anger. I'm not gonna let go. I'm not gonna forgive. I don't give a damn what you say. I don't care how many times this brother apologizes. I don't care how many times his sister apologized. I don't care how many times my husband says, I'm sorry. I don't care how many times my wife says, I'm sorry. You got to see that. Go ahead.
And clamor.
And what?
And clamor.
Okay, hold on 1 second. And clamor. So that wrath is a good thing. Or excuse me, that wrath is a big thing. Hold on 1 second. I'm trying to get this word. That wrath is a big thing with Israelites. Because the scripture say in Isaiah, man, Judah is like an angry bull in a net. And that's how it is. And that's why these things overcome us, man. And you'll choke your wife out to where her damn eyes pop out. The woman you love. Or you'll try to stab your husband. Clamor. I love you. A loud and confused noise. Loudly. Right? So, and clamor. So what's that mean? You arguing. Let all bitterness, wrath, anger, loudness, arguing, going back with each other, and what?
And evil speaking.
That's another one. That's the one where you want to vent, but you go and vent to all the wicked niggas on Facebook that love gossip. I see that with sisters all the time. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. And men too, they go up on there looking like bitter ass women. You know what I mean? Yeah, women, women, and you go get every scripture about a wicked woman, but you didn't tell them what you did. You didn't tell them how you were unbalanced, how you was a lion in your house, how you was a dummy and you didn't follow counsel, and you start applying all strict gangster rules on your rib. See? But you do it all on the internet. And then all the ones that love to slander, the ones that love to gossip, what happens? It turns into right, it turns into a mess. Go ahead. Come on. And evil speaking.
Evil speaking.
Be
put away from you.
Right.
With all malice.
Right, and put with all malice. Now, what is malice? All these brothers, when brothers, yeah, I'm studying, yeah, do you got malice inside? Desire to inflict injury or harm, suffering on one another. hostile impulse out of deep-seated meanness. Just mean for no damn reason. Well, you're mean because you have resentment. You won't let go certain things that was done to you. You don't know how to let them go. Why you don't know how? Why won't you let them go? Just from what we got right now on this topic, why won't they let them go? Go ahead, John. Shalomaya. What?
You said, why won't they love?
Yeah.
I guess because of the love they have for him, I guess. Or was it just,
Why won't they let the deep-seatedness go? Yeah.
oh, they just.
From what we went over, what did you get from as far as from we started class?
They're just bitter.
They're bitter, right? What else? What you got?
They feel like they're right in their own minds. They don't really have to forgive someone else.
That's it. That's the main thing. People don't forgive people because they feel they have a basis to stand on and they're not going to let that go.
They don't, like you said, they don't see themselves.
They don't see themselves. They don't see that, wait a minute, bro, you make mistakes too. How many makes you you might not have done those things, but you made mistakes too. And that's why resentment sets in, man. It's a powerful demon, man. Hatred is a powerful spirit in the way you justify it. Go ahead. Read on. 32.
And be ye kind to one another.
Yeah, and it's hard to nourish that if you got bitterness, resentment, grudging. You can't be kind to one another. That's why brothers are short with brothers. You know what I mean? Irritated with brothers. Looking for them to say something stupid. Right? Wives, husbands. Read.
Forgiving one another.
No, it says, be ye kind one to another, tender-hearted. You think that's an effeminate trait. Forgiving one another. Go ahead.
Forgiving one another. Even as God, for Christ's sake, has forgiven you.
Ooh. And that's what mind state we supposed to be in. But you got to have the knowledge on why you're holding these things in. I know what it is. We can just go over forgive and let go. But why are you not letting go? It's something deep-seated. It's a niggerism in you, man, that you don't want to think that you've done things also.
Yeah, it's like looking through a window instead of looking at a mirror.
And you know the topic I go into when I get that a lot? I'd be like, man, you're hypocritical. Because you got brothers and sisters around us that somebody do that wrong, that was it. One time, you get one chance and that's it. Scripture says 70 times 7. Work that out, forgive, let go. It ain't that serious. Go to James 5 and 9. James 5 and 9. So yeah, this is a real strong topic, man. Come on.
James 5 and 9.
Grudge
not one against another.
Right. Oh, brother, I'm not holding a grudge, All right, class. Grudge is one of my favorite words. Why? Because nobody looks it up. Nobody knows what the hell it means, but you're quick to jump and say, well, I'm not holding a grudge, It says present feeling of ill will or resentment resulting from a past insult or injury. Now, I want you to read the scripture again. Let's finish the scripture and let's show Israelites what happens when you hold resentment in for past injuries and bitterness that you don't want to let go. What does it say?
Grudge not one against another. Brethren, lest ye be
condemned. Period. When you think about a fornicator, idolater, idolatress, murderer, will not enter into the kingdom of heaven. He came back and said, if you grudge or bear mawala, watch your feet, you're kicking the thing. If you bear a grudge or resentment resulting from a past insult or injury, you're going to be condemned. Period. That's hard. That's why you can't bear hatred. Now, resentment is another word that I love, because a lot of Israel do what? I don't got resentment. I don't got grudging. Oh, man. Let me go here. Resentment. It says bitter indignation at having been treated unfairly. This is resentment. Bitter indignation. Right? This goes with grudge. A feeling of indigent displeasure presented ill will at something regarded as wrong, insult, or injury. Right? Offense. I got some synonyms here. Being offended. What else we got here? This is a good one, man. We looked up this up in the Thayer's dictionary before, and we have some good ones on here. What you got?
Resentment.
Mm-hmm.
A feeling of anger between you. A feeling of anger because you have been forced to accept something that you do not like.
Resentment. How many people got that? So the scriptures say if you grudge, you would be condemned. We got to watch this, y'all. Go to Colossians 3:13. You got to watch that spirit of grudging, bitterness. Let it go. Let it go, man. You got to do what you got to do. Pray to the Most High. Fast. Judge yourself like you want to be judged. And let that go. Colossians 3:13.
Colossians 3:13.
Uh-huh.
Forbearing one another and forgiving one another.
Uh-huh.
If any man have a quarrel against any, even as Christ forgave you, so also do ye.
So also do ye. Go to Luke 6:31. Go to Luke 6:31 real quick. I'm going to get these other ones out. Things we got to keep in mind real quick. 6:31. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
And say ye, what that man should do to you.
And as ye, Luke 6:31. Read it again.
And as ye should.
And as ye would
that man should do to you. Do ye also to them likewise.
Right. Do to them likewise. Go ahead.
For if ye love them which love you, what thank have ye?
Right. So if you love them that love you, what thank that have ye? I want everybody that is listening, ask yourself, do you even believe that? Do you even believe that? For if ye love them which love you, what thank have ye? Go ahead.
For sinners also love those that love them.
Go ahead.
And if ye do good to them which do good to you.
Uh-huh. What thank have ye? For sinners also do even the same. Read on, 34.
And if ye lend to them of whom ye hope to receive,
What thank
what thank
have ye? Go ahead.
for sinners also lend to sinners,
Go ahead.
to receive as much again.
Read.
But love your enemies.
Do what?
But love ye your enemies.
Go ahead.
And do good.
And what?
And do good.
Read.
And lend
Hoping.
for nothing again.
Read.
And your reward shall be great.
Read.
And ye shall be
The children of the highest. Go ahead.
For he is kind unto the unthankful
Go ahead.
and to evil.
That's deep. He's kind to the unthankful and evil. I read that. I was like, wow. Most High is real. How you process that? Tell me. Are you bitter, hateful, resentful? You know what I mean? Everybody need to be cut off. Hebrew Israelites. Tell me that one. Break that down to me. Huh? How many? What do we need to understand about that? Go from there. Go to 1 John 4 verse 20. Let that one marinate in your brain. 1 John 4 verse 20. Go ahead. Oh, I'm moving. Sorry. 1 John 4 verse 20.
1 John 4 and 20.
Yeah.
If a man say, I love God, and hateth his brother, he is a liar.
He's a liar. That's it. If you say you love the Most High, but you hate your brother, now I'm going to say it again. Don't try to play word games. Do you know what is in hatred? Let's look up the word hate real quick, because y'all, Israel, I don't hate brothers. I just don't like the nigga. Hey, feel intense or passionate dislike. Right? It says intense hostility and aversion, usually deriving from fear, anger. Let go of ye anger, bitterness, extreme dislike or disgust. And when you go into that word, deeper into that word resentment, this is what it is. You're disgusted by that person. We just didn't have a good, we got to get one of those big dictionaries we have, but you get disgusted of that person. Yeah. They come around, how you feel around them. You just all of a sudden, your shoulder turns to the left. You know what I mean? Your body language says, you know what? I'm not messing with you. Right? You don't want to make no eye contact. That ain't real brotherhood. You don't want to really look at him in the eyes. You give him a dap, but it's like, yeah, nigga, all right, brother. Yeah, I ain't messing with you. That's not what type of spirit. Hatred. Loathing. Especially, okay, it says, what you got for hatred? Feeling extreme enmity toward, regard with active hostility. That's why a lot of you women, you don't understand that y'all be moving with so much resentment that it's like y'all are enemies to your husband. Some men be doing this too. You're moving with so much hatred. It's like you're enemies. Like your rib is not a rib no more. She's your enemy. To have a strong aversion. To find very distasteful. You get around that person, you're just like, I just don't like them. Why is that? I don't know. I just don't like how you see how they smirk? Like, look at their face. Like, I hate when people do that to people. It's like, why you don't know this person. You judge them how they look. Yeah, but, like, what? Yeah, I just like, that's a hateful spirit. That's the spirit of hatred, man. You got to let go. Harsh faces, to express, to feel extreme enmity or active hostility. Okay, go back. Go ahead. Read it again.
If a man say, I love God, and hate his brother, he is a liar.
He is a liar. Read.
For he that loveth not his brother, whom he has seen, how can he love God, whom he has not seen?
That's how you're supposed to love your brother like he is Yahweh Shai. I ask a lot of people, will you do that to Yahweh Shai? The funny thing is, cats be pausing like, well, nah. Well, actually, you would. What you start practicing and how you start training yourself to think, be, act, is what you're going to do to Yahweh Shai. And that's the thing. A lot of brothers sisters move with this. We got to stop it. We got to let it go. It's 9 o'clock. But I got all these other scriptures just about fake love. Because that's another thing. Real quick, one of these. Go to Romans 12 and 9. Because this love got to be pure from the heart, right? Go to Romans 12 verse 9. Read that.
Romans 12 verse 9.
Go ahead.
Let love be without
dissimulation. Now, so the love you're supposed to have with brothers, sisters, your people, your nation, it says dissimulation, concealment of one thoughts, feelings, or character, pretense, right? To hide under a false appearance. I went to the Webster's. Dissimulation. To hide under a false appearance. Love for your brother, it don't supposed to be, oh yeah, I love it. Yeah, I love this brother. But really, in the back of your mind, you're like, nah. Oh, I'll die for brothers. I'll die for the truth. How many of you feel like that for your nation, your people? We don't supposed to have fake love. But you're not going to have real love if you don't know how to build it. You're not going to have real love if you keep thinking, let me show you the black and Hispanic lingo. Well, this is just the way I am. You know what I mean? Yeah, not everybody's going to be perfect. We're dealing with things that the Most High his scope is on. If you keep telling yourself, yeah, that's just the way you are. I'm just this type of person. I grew old this way. You got old folks saying that. Well, I've been like this all my life. You better change. Put off the old man, put on the new man. Love is supposed to be without dissimulation. To hide under false appearance. What else we got? Let on, make out, pretend. You pretending you love, bro. That's fake love. What you got? You got something else?
No.
That's fake loves. We got to let that go. Why? Because really, what is in your heart? Hate. Psalms 55 and 21. We'll just touch on these last ones. Got to get this out. Because you got brothers and sisters think they're going to fake it till they make it. The Most High knows your heart. And He tries your heart. That's why a brother offends you and you lose it. Your rib offends, your husband offends, and you lose it. Because the Most High is just revealing what you are. Right? A vindictive, hateful nigga that don't want to forgive nobody, and you want to live your life in anger and bitterness and resentment. Read that. Psalms 55 and 21.
Psalms 55 and 21.
Uh-huh.
The words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
Right. They be smoother than butter. Because this is telling you about the devil. This is telling you about the wicked. And their mouth would be smoother than butter. Yeah, shalom. I don't hate brothers. No, that ain't in my spirit. Right. But you slander, but you bear false witness. Oh, you act like you dealt with the situation but never let it go. That's not love. Go ahead.
But war was in his heart.
That's all that's going to be there. War is going to be in your heart if you don't let these things go. Negative is going to consume your thoughts. I've been saying it. To the pure, all things are pure. If you don't start understanding that these things that the Most High want us to change is to make you more pure, then you got a problem. Go ahead. Come on.
His words were softer than oil.
Uh-huh.
Yet were they drawn swords.
Right. And that's what's going to be in your heart. You're going to be sitting around and your body language is going to be what? Hate. Uneasy. It ain't natural. That natural affection. No, you got that Cain love. Am I my brother's keeper? I don't know where. Brother. That's a him, Ak. You got that Cain love. Go to Proverbs 10 and 18. And we just hit this last one. And then Proverbs 26 and 26. And that'll be it. So, I'm hoping, man, this helps out brothers and sisters. And, you know, these are scriptures, man, that constantly I go to war with in my mind. You know, because definitely, I hope y'all don't think we're perfect. These are things, but I know this. I know the game that is played with the man's mind. I know the game that is played with you brothers and sisters. A lot of you just don't want to admit the game that you like playing on yourself and what you give reason to keep burying hatred and resentment and bitterness. It's a game because you like drama. Niggas love some damn drama. You can't just do what the Most High say and work on yourself. You want to have some resentment and a reason. You don't got to have a reason. Do what you do, but do it quickly. You don't got to make things up like it's a fictitious war going on. Ain't nobody warring with you. You warring with your damn self. Read that. Come on.
Proverbs 10 and 18.
Go ahead.
He that hideth hatred.
He that what?
He that hideth hatred.
Go ahead.
With lying lips.
Yeah, you want to smile in their face. But you're backstabbers. Go ahead.
And he that uttereth a slander is a fool.
Yeah. That's a whole nother topic. We need to just do a slander class. Like, you're a fool. He that hideth hatred with lying lips, and he that uttereth a slander is a fool. Because that's what happens. You're going to hide that hatred in your heart, but it reveals because you talking down. You acting like it was fixed one point, but you're going to go say another thing. Man, that's wicked. That's wicked and wrong. Come on. 26 and 26. Last one. Proverbs 26 and 26. Read. With your man voice. Let's go. Whose hatred
is covered by deceit.
Uh-huh.
His wickedness shall
be shewed
before the whole congregation.
Yeah, that wickedness is going to be revealed. Let the hatred grow. Have love without dissimulation. Look at what it's doing to your household. Look at what you as a woman, if you have hatred against your baby daddy or your husband, what are you going to teach the kids? To be bitter, to be hateful, to be resentful. And those demons come with all sorts of mental illnesses and problems. So that's it on that. Does anybody got any questions on that? Yeah. All right. Well, that's what you had. If y'all got any questions on the topic or y'all want to speak on it or say anything, now's the time. Y'all know it is the Shabbat. It is the Sabbath. You women try to keep your mouth, your tongue from speaking foolishness, from being disgruntled and trying to create arguments on the Sabbath. Y'all got to understand how to learn how to be at peace on the Sabbath. Take this day, honor the Most High in it. Remove away confusion from yourself. All right, what we got anything on there?
No.
I want to thank all y'all brothers and sisters for tuning in. We appreciate y'all. We appreciate the love. And that's it. That's all, folks. Let's say shalom, y'all. Shalom.
Keep the Bible on cop. The Most High is my rock. Rock. The Most High is my rock. The Most High is my rock. My rock.
Yeah, those classes, man.
The Most High is my rock. In the name of Messiah. The Most High is my rock. The Most High is my rock. My rock. The Most High is my rock. Yeah. The Most High is my rock. I keep my Bible on cop. The Most High is my rock. No time for cupcake and the cutlet. Hit the streets and start cutting. The Israelites are bubbling. The Israelites are coming. I don't celebrate Thanksgiving. You can keep the stuffing. It's pagan, disdain, it's vain, it's nothing.